Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the TMNT Ninja Elite Series Triceraton figure from Playmates. Playmates has definitely been making some movement recently with these releases, but the question is this elite? And we're going to talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure is actually pretty solid. I really like the sculpt on the face. Clearly a lot of detail or like attention went into that. We get texture pretty much everywhere here on the frill. The scale textures all over the skin are there in pretty much every spot, so that's very, very nice. You know, some nice punched in paint. You know, everything looks pretty good. I would have liked to have seen, I guess, the rivets here get something, but other than that, I mean, just looks really good. And they kind of kept it in line with the look of the cartoon, which I believe it said on the package itself. So, you know, you're gonna get a more basic kind of flat look, and that's absolutely perfectly acceptable here. And yeah, I just think overall, even the proportions look pretty nice. The arms are a little long, but it works for this design, especially the kind of cartoonish and kind of goofy take. I use the term goofy loosely, but yeah, I think it works. And honestly, this is, from what I've seen from the Playmates stuff, especially recently, this is probably one of the better looking figures that they've done. And yeah, so just definitely a very solid looking figure. When it comes to accessories, we only get a couple of things here, and those are a couple of weapons. So first off, we just get this kind of blaster style submachine gun. So as you can see, so a lot of nice detail in that. Really cool sculpt, but overall, just, you know, no paint or anything, just a simple silver plastic. And then also we get this kind of clamper. I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to do, to be honest, but great details all around. And you know, I believe this calls back to the original Playmates figure. So there is that. This is definitely a weapon design that has kind of followed the character, but yeah, very nice addition. And that's it. So that is accessories. Articulation is where I really question the Elite label on these figures. However, you know, those who might be more familiar with the recent Playmate output might not be as surprised. For me, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, but regardless, let's break it down and take a look at you know, kind of what we got going on. So our head is on a ball joint, and however, there's a lot of head sculpt here, so obviously you're not going to get too much range. But we do get some up, we get a little bit of down, and we get a whole bunch of rotation. Not really any tilt. We do have some room, but not a ton. Then we come to the shoulders. We are on hinge and swivel, and we are coming into like beyond our Y, like pretty much a perfect Y actually. So that's pretty insane. Like that's a lot of range. As you can see, the hinge kind of moved up. So we get all the way up there. And then we get bicep swivel, we get double jointed elbows, which fold in half beautifully. We have hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. Then I like the way they approached the torso. So all we have is the kind of, I guess you'd call this a sub diaphragm cut, because it's kind of in the middle of the diaphragm and the waist. And you know, it's a ball joint, but it actually gets some pretty good range. So you're a really nice crunch and a pretty nice arch back. It's a little gappy, but that's how you get that range, and we get some side to side. So honestly, this is probably my favorite part of the articulation. So we have that, and then we come to the hips, and almost nothing. That's pretty sad. And the reason for that, and I don't know if I can show that off here with my camera and lighting, but the pegs are actually coming straight down instead of coming out to the side from the actual, I guess, kind of crotch piece. So you're not going to get a lot of room. Like there's not even really any forward there. It's just a really strange situation, and I'm not sure where that decision came in. You get a ton of rotation here, obviously. You get pretty much a full thigh rotation, but unfortunately, you're not getting any out or forward or back or anything like that. So there is that. And then you have double jointed knees, which will bring you up to there. Then we come down to the feet, and all we have is a hinge. So forward, or pardon me, forward, back, and that's about it. No rock or anything like that, so you're not going to get any lunges or anything like that. Not that you have a range. Yeah, and then I guess the last piece is the tail, and tail is just a hinge, so you're coming all the way around. So yeah, a little disappointing, but definitely some notable stuff. Again, they nailed the middle of the torso, I guess, and the arms. So yeah, that's Articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other TMNT stuff, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valaverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the TMNT Ninja Elite Series Triceraton figure from Playmates is that it's definitely a decent figure. Does it earn the Elite title? Not really. And considering the output that we're seeing from both NECA and Super 7 and whatever other companies are doing TMNT stuff right now, which is a lot, this definitely is kind of middle ground to kind of just below that. And you know, because we've seen Triceraton figures from NECA, and we are getting a Triceraton, a figure accurate Triceraton from Super 7, I think later this year, maybe next year, 2024. So yeah, you know, if you're a really heavy TMNT collector, then this is definitely worth picking up. I mean, it's definitely pretty cool to see this, especially from Playmates. New sculpt, some decent articulation, definitely lacking in the light of other modern lines, but you know, overall definitely a fun piece. And yeah, but outside of that, a lot of people I think might find this to be an easy pass. So all that being said, I will have links or link in the description below to where you can find this. I found this in a Target, and I've only seen it listed at Target so far, but if it's in other places, I will definitely have those links in the description. So please check that out if you're interested and this is something that you want to pick up. So all that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, etc. Every little bit helps, literally anything, even just hitting that thumbs up button at the bottom. And you know, if you want to take the next level, I will have ways to do that listed at the bottom of the description as well. And all that being said, you know, if you did enjoy this, I hope to see you back here. I do multiple reviews every week of various figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, and pro wrestling figures, and some stuff beyond that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, you know, I hope to see you back. And one last time, I just want to say ultra thanks to you one last time, and I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.